On most websites, you'll see content that follows the same structure over and over again, just with different content. For instance, a blog with lots of posts, or an e commerce site with lots of products. A travel app is no different. Each destination consists of the same type of info, like an image, a name, a description, and a collection of excursions or experiences, just with different values for each destination. We could create a new file for every new destination, like we have already, but this will quickly become hard to maintain on any website of scale. There is a better way. It's called route parameters or params. What is a route param? The easiest way to understand it is for me to show you. So, let's set up a route with a param in it. In router/index.js, let's create a new route. The path for this route will be /destination/:ID. Notice the colon here. This is how we define route params with Vue Router. It's kind of like a wildcard that says, you can put anything you want in this part of the path, and it will be accessible via a variable named ID. This route will have to point to a particular component. Let's point it to a component we'll make in just a second called destination show. Alright, let's create the destination show page. We'll add an h2 tag and some text that says, "Hello, destination." Let me make sure I've saved my index file. Alright, now if we visit destination slash, well, anything in our browser, we can see our page. Notice you can change out the last part of the URL path, and no matter what we change it to, we still arrive at the same page. That's kind of cool, but not very useful. Let's access that route param ID and use it to display the proper destination's details. But how do we access the value of that ID param? Let me show you something really quick in the Dev Tools. If we click on App, you see that we have this special route property. If we inspect that, you can see that we have access to not just the path and the name, but also params, query, and meta. This means we can use this $route.params in any component since it's made globally for our Vue app instance. Let's give it a try in the destination show page. Inside of the H2, we can print out the ID. Great! Now we've got access to that ID param. Let's use the ID to find our destination. Let's create a new computed property called destination ID and give it the value of this $route.params.id. I'm also going to use the parseInt function to coerce our destination ID to an integer or number. This is necessary because any param coming from the URL is actually a string, even though our IDs look like a number. When we do a comparison in a minute to match the ID to the destination, it will be important for the ID to be the proper type. Great. Now the destination ID is available via our computed prop. While it is not actually necessary to create a computed prop to get what we want, it will make it a little easier to follow what's going on in our code. With the destination ID readily available now, we can look up the destination by the ID from the data.json file. Let's import the destinations from data.json. Now, we can create a computed property and use the JavaScript function find to look through all the destinations and return the one that has an ID matching the ID from our route params. For the callback function that I'm passing to find, I'm using the shorthand of the JavaScript arrow function by leaving off the surrounding curly braces and keeping the entire function on a single line. This keeps me from having to provide the return keyword and just keeps things short and sweet. We can use the triple equals or strict comparison here because we used the parse int above. Now, in our template, we can add the destination name, the description, and the photos. Now, if we take a look at our application's destination show page in the browser with the param ID of 1 in the URL, you'll see the details for the Brazil destination. When we change the URL param to 2, we see the Panama details, and so on. We can also see in the DevTools under the route option that every time we visit a different route, we can see what the path is, the params ID, and the name of the component, which is destination show. Looks good so far.